Hello guys, welcome to Multi-Kill Gaming. I'm your host Brandon, and this is the game Strafe. So Strafe is a first-person shooter that has roguelike elements. As you can see, it allows you to start off with at least 3 different guns. I don't think that there's a way to pick up multiple. I believe you can only have one of the 3, so you can pick a shotgun, a machine gun, and a railgun. My personal 2 favorites would be the shotgun and the railgun, but we're going to go with the shotgun for this play. So, right off the bat, you can see that it throws you right into this area called Icarus. Now, this room never changes, but once you progress on from here, everything can be completely different. And this is one of the things that they did correctly, is the random generation. I've seen some games when they first incorporate random generation, they have the first room completely different, and that's okay. There's nothing really wrong with that, but I like the fact that you have like a home room, so you're like familiar with it, you know, and then as you progress on from that room, everything's completely different. Let's see, what is this? So this is the railgun. And it's pretty decent. I can tell that headshots are important in this game, which I like. I like that. The game takes a comical approach when it comes to headshots and kind of the gore. It's supposed to be over the top and ridiculous, and it fits in the game. I don't think it is out of place at all. So one of the things I don't like about this game is, now excuse me for getting the name wrong, but I don't know what these things are called. I just call them spider guys. Their AI is completely wonky. Like, as you can see, I'm pretty close to him, and he never fell down. Now, if I'm behind him, he won't fall. I'm actually kind of surprised that he fell down when I was to the side, but it doesn't normally happen. I think what they should do for him is to give him a wider area of view when it comes to its sight, because there's many a times where I'll go through an entire level and then it won't jump from the wall. Like, you have to be right next to it. If it's like, let's say that this room is like 2 stories high, which sometimes it generates that, they'll stay on the wall. They don't register you as close enough, and they'll just stay up there until you pick them off. And 9 times out of 10 that happens. Another thing that should be put into the game is the ability to change your crosshairs. I specifically will always use a dot for my crosshair. I don't like these giant crosshairs. Especially now, I get it. The shotgun has a wide spray, but you know, I can compensate that for myself. I don't need a symbol on the front of my screen that says it. Now, I get it. A lot of games do that, and that's completely fine, but most games also allow you to change them, especially when it comes to a game like this, where it's all about speed and precision. The game has different alternate fires, which is really nice. I mean, as for example, with the shotgun, you have your regular blast, but then you also have like these ricochet bullets. Hold on. Actually, hold on. I didn't mean for the barrel to explode. See? It ricochets all over the walls and the floors and the ceilings. I think it's pretty cool. They did that pretty nicely. They have a decent array of enemies. It keeps me on my toes most of the time. I also enjoy the fact that you can jump on top of their heads and actually run across. That's just me feeling like a badass. I mean, it makes me happy. I would be just as happy without it, but it's kind of an extra touch that makes it a little nice. I do like how the health machines are very similar to the ones in Half-Life. Besides little things, like they need to work on the optimization of the game, and because, you know, sometimes there's FPS dips, especially in the bigger rooms where it's got multiple enemies. The humor in this game is really well done. They really. Oh man. See, exactly. I don't know why the game decided to start glitching, but again, it just needs to be a little bit more stable. So, you know, besides the little obvious things, like maybe some better visual settings and everything, like, it's a little... Here, I'll show you. It's a little... I don't know. There's a decent amount, like the VSync, anti-aliasing. That's good. I would like a borderless window option. I think that would be nice. Another thing that I wish they would incorporate... Now, again, this is my personal opinion, but I don't like the HUD that makes it look like that you're in a helmet. Now, I get it, especially when you have to look at the map. It literally zooms into the side of the helmet, and that's kind of cool. Which, by the way, the map I don't really find to be completely useful, but I barely use the map in any other games anyway, so that's just me. But when it comes to a game like this, where there's a lot of enemies that could be above you or below you, it really obstructs your vision when it comes to looking at all of them. And that's just my personal opinion. I think they should give the option to at least remove it. So that and the crosshairs is pretty much the only gripes I have against the actual UI and the HUD. So, actually, let's test this out. So, if you see, look how close I have to get just for him to drop down. And so sometimes it doesn't even happen, which is really silly when it comes to an enemy like that. I get it. It's supposed to essentially gank you from the top. Like, you're not supposed to be expecting it. So, things they did right with this game was there's no hit scan weapons. Everything is projectile based, which is fantastic because that allows you to be able to, well, I don't know where that guy's coming from. Anyways, it allows you to, well, strafe in between the different bullets, which hence the name. You know, it makes a lot of sense. They also have these barrels in here that allow you to, well, cause giant explosions, which really helps when you're in a pickle. If you like first-person shooters, alright, if you like roguelike games where permanent death is a thing, if you like randomly generated levels, then you would enjoy this game. If you like classic shooters like Doom, Unreal Tournament, Quake, then you would definitely like this kind of game. It's definitely, everything's projectile based just like those games. Everything's based around being able to strafe and dodge between those bullets, as well as having very accurate shots and being able to, I guess, adapt to the environment that's around you by taking out certain enemies first, then others. And just overall, it's a game that's all about speed. And they definitely did a good job trying to adapt to the old school shooters, but then also put on their own modern twist with the random generation of levels. It is definitely a good game. Would I say it's worth it? Yes, most definitely. Only because the game is only $20. And you can tell that the devs are very passionate about their game. They are constantly bringing out updates every day. And literally it's only been out for 2 days. They brought a patch out that, you know, added more to it. I think, you know, what they need to do is give you the ability to change the crosshair, give you the ability to maybe take out the helmet HUD, I think they should add more sound effects too, so like footsteps and things like that. Um, I think they should give you the ability to map the weapon controls to the number keys. And I think in the arena, they should add the co-op support. But other than that, the little things that's obvious, like try and make the frames per second stay consistent, try and make it a little bit more of a stable game. It has not crashed on me, but there's been times where the loading's taken forever, and that's about it. I mean, work on the AI too, but otherwise, I am very satisfied with this game since launch, and I was a little worried that maybe, it coming out on day one, like buying it on day one, would be a bad idea. But no, not at all. I don't regret it one bit, and I think you guys would definitely enjoy this game too. I know this was a change of pace from my normal videos, but I like reviewing games. I've always loved games, and I like being able to talk about them, and especially with a new one like this where not a lot of people are going to know about it. I hope you guys found this somewhat entertaining and useful to you, and if you were on the fence about maybe buying it, I hope it's showed you what it has to offer. And if you're going to buy it, then definitely buy it. And if you feel you need to wait for it to be further developed, then definitely go ahead. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please hit the like button. If you would like to see more of my videos, you can go to my channel or subscribe for future updates. But of course, like always, you don't have to. And until next time, I will see you guys later.